Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
If it's simply a fact that you're afraid, you're terrified, you start to suffer mental problems, you're on your own.
School staff say they're feeling overwhelmed, burnt out, and mentally exhausted as the number of attacks on educators in the Fargo area continues to rise.
But one North Dakota lawmaker says the latest efforts to help educators recover emotionally won't work. Valley News Team's education reporter Veronica Marshall joins us now with more. Veronica?
Mike, Andrea, since local school districts have started keeping track of staff being hurt by students, the number has only gone up. And while certain physical injuries like bruises and bites can heal quickly, that isn't always the case when it comes to mental wounds. Now, school districts are looking to solve the problem, but State Representative Marvin Nelson says they're looking in the wrong place. Nelson argues school districts that are discussing workers' compensation for covering educators' mental health needs don't know how the system works. He says workers' comp is only for physical injuries, so it can't be used for mental conditions like PTSD. Instead, Nelson says the best option available for school staff looking for financial help with their mental health needs is to sue the school district.
Those teachers who are talking about the environment they're working in and how they're fearful and how they're starting to suffer mental injuries, the school system in Fargo is completely liable. The relief under the system that the legislature has chosen is the workers are supposed to sue their employer for relief.
Nelson says if local school districts are hit with enough multi-million-dollar payouts, he expects the legislature to change North Dakota's workmen's comp's rules to cover mental injuries as well. Mike?
Thank you, Veronica. Educators tell us the daily fear of being hurt in the classroom is leading to more staff turnover, which hurts students as well.
Not a bad start to the work week. It would be nice if it were a little bit warmer. Maybe that'll come shortly. Let's first take a look at what we should expect tonight. Hutch?
Well, the rain showers showing up on the radar, staying primarily in South Dakota and southern Minnesota. Our far southern counties from Wilkin through southern Otter Tail and Grant may see a sprinkle. You'll certainly see more clouds in that direction. A cool pool sits over the northern plains, so not a lot of change this evening, but still decent enough weather for some soft toss outdoors tonight. Your planning forecast shows temperatures sliding back into the 30s. It looks like another cold overnight with clearing skies and decreasing winds. So all in all, we stay dry and we stay quiet. I'll have details on a little bit of a writing of our temperatures as we go through the week here in just a few minutes.
Okay, thanks, Hutch.
The fire is out now. Investigators are searching for the cause. Crews were called to NDSU's campus a couple of hours ago after seeing heavy smoke pouring from the storage building at the Northern Crop. Inside, there were several tractors, snow blowers, and other equipment. The fire was put out quickly, but the building sustained visible smoke damage. No injuries were reported. There is no estimate of damage.
Police say a man who was accused of physically assaulting a woman yesterday in a Moorhead home also threatened to assault the woman with a knife and a hammer. Police responded to the domestic call in the 1600 block of 20th Street South just before noon. They say they saw a woman escaping from a window. When they went inside the home, they found a 52-year-old Terrence Lee York standing with a gun. He allegedly ran to a back room and was eventually taken into custody. York was arrested on 3 felony charges: domestic assault, second-degree assault, and false imprisonment.
A fire that nearly destroyed a Moorhead apartment building and left a handful of people without a home has been ruled an accident. It happened Sunday afternoon on the 1200 block of 12th Avenue North. When firefighters arrived, there was large fire and smoke coming from the deck, lapping up into the eaves. All residents were evacuated from the building and not injured. However, the fire did cause about $70,000 in damage. The cause of the fire is believed to be accidental due to an improper disposal of smoking materials.
A Fergus Falls man charged in a child abuse case that resulted in the death of a 6-year-old boy has been sentenced to 4 years in prison, with credit for a year and a month already spent behind bars. Walter Weinhoff earlier pleaded guilty to second-degree manslaughter, and other charges were dismissed. As part of his plea agreement, Weinhoff must testify against Bobby Bishop, who was also charged in the case, facing second-degree murder, manslaughter, and malicious punishment of a child. The child abuse resulted in the death of 6-year-old 26-year-old Justice Berland. His twin brother was taken into protective custody after Weinhoff and Bishop were arrested.
Police in Holly are looking for a man they say stole a truck before crashing into a tree last night. It started when police tried to pull over 40-year-old Burton Bonham. Police say that he ran from police on foot, was later found driving a stolen pickup heading east on Main Street. Police tried to stop him, but he left the road, crashed into a tree and home at the intersection of Main and First Street. He then ran from police again. He has active warrants out in Clay and Cass counties for his arrest. If you know anything about his whereabouts, you are urged to call police.
It was a dangerous weekend for motorcyclists on Minnesota roads. 6 motorcycle crashes happened between Friday evening and Sunday night, one of them deadly. Public safety officials are urging riders to wear their full protective gear and suggest taking a training course early on in the riding season to be prepared for dangerous situations on the road.
Lawmakers in Texas are considering a bill that would keep food stamp or SNAP users from buying junk food. Legislators say it's an effort to curb diabetes and other health issues. We asked officials whether a bill like that would ever pass here in North Dakota and the Minnesota area. One lawmaker says it wouldn't pass as it comes down to the choice of the food stamp users, not to mention the SNAP budget comes from the Department of Agriculture.
The controversial piece is whether we should subsidize sugar by allowing sugar in the food stamp program. And so that's a bit of question because sugar is very important in our community, and we have a large sugar manufacturing and production machine.
To read the Texas bill and find out more about statistics in North Dakota, head to our website and click on this story.
The grandstand lineup for this year's Minnesota State Fair is beginning to shape up with the addition of 2 headliners that were announced today. ZZ Top, the powerhouse 3-piece blues and boogie band from Texas, will play the grandstand Monday, September 2nd, while Grammy-nominated rapper Logic will headline on Thursday, August 29th. Tickets for ZZ Top go on sale this Friday.
It's time to go through your junk. It could be someone else's treasure. Later on Valley News Live at 6, details on the start of cleanup week.
Showers and thunderstorms to begin the work week to the south of us here in the valley, but we stay cool. I'll have details on a gradual warming trend coming up right after this.